Hey there, everybody! Welcome back. How you guys all doing? Hope you had a great weekend. I certainly did. But it is what it is. Right then, so we are obviously going to be getting back into. Oh, Mr. The Vink, thank you very much for the 5 biddies. Much appreciated. How you doing, buddy? So obviously over the weekend we did have FarmCon 25. Obviously they were showing off a lot of the new map and what's coming with the game, which is kind of interesting. If you missed it, so we can cover over a few of the videos and show you some of the new equipment and bits and pieces. Hey there, Farm Marks, Team Miller, Mamadou, Dead Soul, Tony Truck, Mr. The Vink, obviously, thank you very much. Let me get you some shout outs before we go too far into it. So, there's one for Mr. T. Miller, Mamadou, Mr. The Vink, and Mr. Farmer Marks. Also, if you guys are not following any of those, make sure to click on their links, give them all a follow because they are amazing content creators and definitely deserve your support. Yes. So, thankfully, Giants were able to share some of the videos from the weekend, and so we could go over some of the stuff there. Mr. Shoddy, welcome in, buddy. Thank you very much for the mega part. And you're very welcome for those shout outs. Also, play starting you up on your yeah. So yeah, the save game I'm doing, I kind of it was a new start before 22 came out, so it's kind of a carry on from there for the one I'm doing. But yeah, I know from the sounds of it, just over the last couple of weeks with Mr. T Miller doing it, Green Thumb Farmer, myself, and a few other streamers going back to PV County and showing it off. A lot of people are starting going back to PV County. It's kind of crazy. Really is kind of crazy. Yeah, so we've got this week to go. I'm still umming and ahhing about the next couple of weeks though. I'm actually kind of enjoying being back on County. Do I really want to go to Uncharted now? It's like, I don't know. I might leave that for Mr. T Miller because I know he loves Uncharted. So I don't know. Maybe by the end of the week I'll make a decision. It could be that I'm going to carry on for another couple of weeks on County just to see how far I can progress. If not, I'll probably be on Uncharted next week. But yeah, it is what it is. But anyway, going back to obviously FarmCon this weekend, 25. So obviously end of this year, so November the 3rd or 4th, I think it is. Can't remember the exact date. But obviously we do have the fourth DLC coming out. Obviously over the weekend they showed off a lot of the new Scottish fishery, or the Highlands fishery, you should say, map, which is based in Scotland in the UK. And obviously they were showing a lot of it off. And this is kind of a few of the videos that they've shared, should be showing off some of the new equipment. So obviously we're getting new JCB fast tracks coming in. So if I just click play, we can just click through. So we've got here the 2135 there, hooked up to basically obviously the new onion planter. So yes, from the look of it, it's a small capacity. However, those seeds go quite a long way. Is one thing I will say. I had a little look at these over the weekend, and I've got some mental notes to make sure I cover them. But yeah, but yeah, obviously there's got to be from what I've seen, there's about 3, maybe 4 different JCBs coming in with the DLC. I know a lot of people are a bit upset with that because obviously previously they've been free in game, but it is what it is. Unfortunately, it's Giants for you at the end of the day. It could just be that they're new models. That's probably what it is, or engines or something. I don't know. But yeah, as you can see, you can obviously going to need to cultivate with this thing first and foremost to get the field prepped, ready. And then obviously this will plant your onions, but only what 21.8 liters capacity on this thing. It's kind of crazy. I'm guessing you could be also double that up with a tank on the front, and hopefully it'll work. You never know. But yeah, it's kind of a cool little thing. I like it. And okay, it is what it is, unfortunately. Now, obviously, going on, obviously, you're going to have to go through spraying and liming and so forth once you've done your seeding. Obviously, from there, you'll then go into the harvest season. And obviously, right here, when it's ready to harvest, obviously, visually, you're going to see that all those stalks have bent down and ready to rock and roll. Obviously, one of the nice things with it is they are adding in, obviously, a topper, which basically removes the foliage. I think it is that thing on the front. It either removes the foliage or it actually pulls the stuff out, the onions out of the ground, and then the piece on the back is basically to shake off any additional soil and dump it back on the ground. Obviously, with the piece on the back, they did state that it can be swathed to the middle, to the left, and to the right. That's basically what the belts are there. So if you want to merge a couple of rows, you could do. And obviously, it's coming in here with the JCB 4220 icon. So this has been, I'm pretty sure this has been in game before, but it's being added in with the pack anyway, or the DLC. And as you can see, obviously once you get the front and the rear active, you can then just drive forward. And obviously it'll do its dues. Yeah, from the looks of it, just looking at the full, the swath underneath it, does, the front piece does top it. But looking at the back piece, there's got onions with top, so yeah, I'm not quite sure exactly how it all works. I've never really done onions in real life or seen onions being harvested, but kinda cool. JCB's great work. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I know previous years when it's been in the game itself, the JCB tractors, a lot of people favour them for a like a workhorse almost, which is kind of nice. Now, obviously, once you've got them off the field, you have to go through, pick them up. I'm guessing they're. Oh yeah, in a minute it will show you. There's another piece of equipment that's going to be coming with this to pick it up off the field. Ba-ba-da-ba-da. I don't know. Is he going to stop here or is he going to carry on? I don't know. He's probably going to stop there. Yeah, so at the far end here, there's actually a New Holland with another piece of equipment, which will allow you to pick up those swaths of onion. And he's not going to even, he's going to carry on, isn't he? Let's see if we can jump through the video just a little bit. Da, 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 da. Here we go. So we've got nice New Holland T. What was that? The 8020. Now, if this is the same one I can think it is, one of my cousins actually drives one of these up in Scotland himself. He's a farmer up there, so it's kind of cool to see that. But yeah, also we're getting this harvester right here, the Ropa Kaler 2 RK22, which is obviously your onion picker-upper, should we say? And obviously, it's a pool behind. From the looks of it, there's nothing going to be self-driving being added in. I may be wrong, but looking at it, it's all this pull behind and front and back sort of stuff. So, oh, it's going to be fun. It really is. Now, also, one of the things I don't remember hearing or seeing yet is whether the onions will be allowed to load onto other maps. Kind of in the same way that they did with 22, where they had the red beets, parsnips, and carrots being loaded onto other maps. I don't know if that's going to be the same with the onions. Possibly, until we get more confirmation. We'll put that on the side burner for the minute. I might have to reach out, but yeah, there you go. So obviously that's what picks up. Obviously they can then dump into a trailer, which is kind of nice. I'm sure as time goes on there will be a onion harvester, topper, all in one jobby coming self-propelled at some point. But obviously, once you get them off the field, what are you going to do with them? Obviously, you can put them into production, make something out of them. I have no idea. But one of the things that they showed off is this over the weekend. And this is a little placeable that actually bags up your onions, which is quite nice. So you unload here, it gets processed here, and then gets dumped into bags on pallets. And obviously, I'm not sure if these... is that case in game already? I'm not quite sure. The 260, possibly. But yeah, it looks kind of nice, the Puma. But yeah, it's a simple little production there. Just get it bagged. And it'd be kind of nice to see, maybe in the future, something similar to this being brought out by a modder that allows you to do the carrots, the red beets, parsnips, stuff like that off the ground. Potatoes if need be. It'd be kind of cool. So yeah, that is pretty much the onion side of stuff. Obviously, you've got spraying and stuff as well. You can go through. You know what that is. Now, obviously, one of the other things that a lot of people have been asking about is obviously the fish. How's the fish working? This, that, and the other. Obviously, they showed kind of a little bit about it over, was it Thursday, Friday, when they've announced the DLC was going to be a Scottish map, or last week. Also, for those who missed it, obviously, first thing is you'll have to raise small fish in these little production placeable things. Obviously, you add your fish food into it. From there, you can get young salmon, young trout. I haven't seen the trout pallets yet, but mostly salmon. It's a very, very simple little thing. You just unload here, and then you pick the pallets on the side there. With those pallets, actually, you don't really need to see it. Well, let's see if we can get inside just quickly. But I do kind of like these pallets. They're more like the little buckets, but yeah. So that's where it goes in. Obviously, that is going to be your salmon pallets right there. Obviously, on the inside, you can go in. But yeah, you see, so young salmon, young trout right there. Obviously, yeah, 10,000 litre capacity, so not too big. But this is kind of nice where they've got the actual animation of all the fish in the ponds there, which they, once they get to the right size, they then obviously spawn out in pallet form, which then goes to the next location. Someone will be working on that for sure. Yeah, most likely. Most, yeah, would have thought so. If not already, if they haven't thought of that already, there, Shawnee, how you doing, buddy? But yeah, from there, obviously, we don't need to worry about seeing most of this because you've seen it all before. But obviously, we do have the Highland cows coming in as well, which is quite nice. So yeah, my daughter's quite excited actually because she loves Highland cows. So right there, she'll be happy. I might actually get her into playing Farming Simulator. Who knows? Right then, I'm just sort of going through my little videos. Which is the next one? So I believe this is going to be the next one. So let me pause this just here. So under the aquaculture category, which is going to be a new one added in with this map. How you doing, Greetham, by the way? Thank you very much for that 25 stream streak. Now, also, you're going to have the first thing is obviously your young fish breeding pens, which is the one we were just at a minute ago in the last video. From there, obviously, once they're in their tubs and the right age, you'll actually be able to place down these, the offshore aquaculture, and obviously these come in different sizes. So you've got 2x2, 3x2, 4x4, and so on. As you've seen, goes up to like 4x2, which is quite nice. And this is where you actually deliver your young fish and some fish food as well, which can be bought at the shop. Now the nice thing is with this, they're also adding in boats to allow you to go out to those fish farms, as they were, in quotations. Uh, that's what I'm going to call it. Fish farms. It's a lot easier. Um, yes. So yeah, you've got to obviously load up your boat. Now the nice thing is with the boat that they're adding, you can drive on with a forklift, or you can use the crane. Either or, it's literally up to you. Whatever way you want to get on, even if you want to use super strength and just chuck them on there, you should be good to go. But yeah, forklift primarily get them down the bottom, and then obviously you got the lift on the back there, which does stretch all the way to the bulkhead at the top there. I guess that's a bulkhead, is it? Yeah. So at this time, June the 19th, is buying me up with Bodine and get that PC. Oh, nice! You'll have to let him know that we're thinking about Mr. Bodine because I haven't seen him in a while, Shawnee. It's possibly because his computer's packed in. I don't know, to be honest. But yeah, haven't seen Mr. Bodine in quite some time. But yes, oh, that's the point. While he's just going up and down, can I? Can I? No, I can't. I'm going to do it the other way. Exclamation shout out. And let's do. Oh, I need to sort that out so it's not capitals. But yeah, if you guys are not following Mr. Green Thumb Farmer, make sure to click on the link, give him a follow. Obviously, yeah, he's got the bug. He's back on PV County as well, or actually doing his first playthrough on PV County, I should say. Checking things out. Not sure how long he's going to be there or how long it'll last, but if you want to see his reactions to some of the stuff, definitely go over, check him out. But yeah, like I said, obviously you're going to need to load up your fish, your baby fish, and obviously your food. As this guy's doing, obviously he's doing the forklift, and he obviously goes into the grapple there in just a sec that you can then hook on. And actually, that's a kind of a nice, neat way of doing it. let me just go back there. I missed that a minute ago. Hang on. Let's come forward a bit. If you actually notice, when the hook comes over, you actually get to see the lines to line up with the pallet for picking it up. Right there. That is kind of cool. That is very, very cool. So that gives you an idea that you're within the vicinity. So as soon as you see them pop up, you can connect on and get them moved across. That's kind of nice. Be kind of cool if that was added, that feature, to other things in the game later on. Who knows? Maybe something new that they're working on. And so obviously once you got that, obviously you're going to then have all your pallets on the boat where you can now then drive over to your little fish farm or aquaculture or whatever you want to call it. So you got this lovely little lizard boat coming in with the new DLC. Obviously you get the ramp that can raise up and lower. It's kind of nice. Obviously you got the crane on there. It's a little bit slow, 13 kilometers an hour. Yeah, once we get access to that, I can see a few people editing it, shall we say. Now, one thing I was thinking actually over the weekend when I seen this originally is, will Universal Autoload by Loki automatically detect these boats once it gets an update? Because it'd be so much easier just having it auto-load on. Obviously, I'm going to try my best to use obviously the forklift and obviously the crane there when the game does come out or gets updated with the DLC. So yeah, we'll see. But I'd imagine eventually it will probably have that added in. So, but yes, now one thing I was kind of curious: is there a place around the port? And I don't think it's actually been covered. Is there a place on the port where you can repair your boat and refuel it? That's what I just thought of. It's kind of crazy. Now, obviously, once you get over to your little fish farm, obviously you do have two areas. One's an unload area. One is a final fish area, I suppose is the best way to put it. Now, obviously, once you're over there, you're going to have to use a crane. So bear that one in mind. Or super strength if you've got it active. But yeah, here we go. We'll just let this guy do his do. And you can see where it actually goes. It's very, very easy. Obviously, just to the left there is where you unload, and then obviously any output pallets, which comes out later on with your final fish products, obviously comes on the dock a little bit further down. There we go. So it's literally that easy. Just make sure you get as close as possible, and yeah, you'll be all good. And the nice thing is as well, if you've noticed there, that the actual length of those straps are actually longer. So you don't necessarily have to get right down on top of the pallet to be able to pick them up. Now the only other thing I was thinking is, can you do multiple pallets if they're stacked? That I don't know. I haven't seen either, to be honest. But yeah, obviously you've got to at least have one of each in there. So some of your young fish and fish food. Once that's in, you can then grow them on to become salmon and trout, which later then become sellable, which is kind of nice. What's this last one here? Let's just have a look at this. So this is actually showing off the fish in the pens themselves. So if you look very, very closely, you can see them just darting around. It's quite nice. So yeah, that is very, very cool. Obviously, eventually they will then, I guess, spawn out crates of fish ready to go to the market to be sold. Now, there's one more video I just want to show quickly. This is actually some of the equipment that's going to be coming in with this DLC starter farm. So obviously you've got Massey Ferguson, you've got JCBs, there's a Massey Ferguson combine at the back there. So very, very nice. I like the look of some of this. Obviously, Agro Spread is a new brand, I believe, being added in with this DLC. And obviously this is a lime spreader, I believe. See, the lime or solid fert, I can never remember. I've got a feeling it might be solid fertilizer, this particular one, because of the configuration on the back there. But also you got your JCB in the back there, we'll get around to in just a sec. There's also a manure spreader there. But there's something that was spotted, actually it's in this video, over the weekend, and some people reckon it's maybe an Easter egg to the third DLC coming out later this year. Once I get a bit of a better angle, I'll pause it and I'll see what you guys think of. But yeah, obviously this right here is manure spreader, commonly used in the UK, amongst others. But yeah, this is one of the more common ones. And obviously that is hooked up to obviously the good old JCB there. And I'm just going to come in here because we will get obviously. Let me see. Let me pause just right about there. So obviously, if we pause it right there, there is something in the foreground or the background, what you want to call it, in that shed on the left-hand side, right here. What the heck is that? That is not a current in-game vehicle. Obviously, being that this is an official Giants video, obviously they're not going to have mods in it. So this is something new being added to the game. Now, is it going to come in the DLC? Or is this actually the Easter egg for the third DLC this year? A lot of people reckon it is the Mercedes MT track, I believe it's called, which points at possibly a Mercedes DLC coming in the third quarter of this year. Who knows? I haven't. I missed some of the videos yesterday and over the week on Saturday, so I don't know if any confirmations on that were actually yes or no. But yeah, who knows? But yeah, it looks kind of like an oldish Mercedes-Benz type tractor, possibly coming. It's got obviously that look to it, doesn't it? There you go. And I'm sure there's somebody out there who's gone in here. They've zoomed into that and said, "Oh yeah, this is what exactly it is." So we'll have to wait and see what this is. Is this part of this DLC, or is this going to be part of the third DLC? So who the heck knows? But yeah, it looks like possibly more tractors, maybe some older tractors coming in with the third DLC this year. So, but yes. Isn't that cool? But yeah, so there we go. So that is pretty much it. There is another video. It does a complete map tour. I'm pretty sure I've seen it already up on YouTube. So yeah. No, I didn't go to FarmCon, unfortunately. Maybe one of these years I would love to, but obviously where I've got carriers responsibilities, that becomes priority. But yeah, these were actually shared to Giants partners, these videos, over the weekend. To show off, which is quite kind of nice. But yeah, so that is all bar one of the videos shown off. Obviously, the other one is about half an hour long, so I might throw that up on my YouTube as well, just to show later on the map on my side of things. In addition, what I will say is tomorrow, it was actually announced over the weekend that Giants will be putting out a patch to Farming Simulator 25 tomorrow, starting around about 2 p.m. Central European Time. So, yeah, watch out for patch 1.0 coming out tomorrow. Did I get the... Yeah, there is a changelog as well. So, for anybody interested in what is being done. So a lot of little tweaks here, little tweaks there, nothing spectacular. But obviously the game itself will be getting an update patch. In addition, they're adding in the Fendt Rotana 160V Combi Round Baler, the JCB 54770 Agro Pro Telehandler, the Massey Ferguson RB 4160V Protec Round Baler, the Pottinger Terradisc 1001T Cultivator, the Unia Aris XL Disc Harrow will be added. They're doing some visuals and you can see everything right there. Just little tweaks here, little tweaks there, nothing spectacular, but hopefully it'll help make the game run a little bit more smoother and easier for everybody, both on PC and console. With obviously, when you first load up after the patch, just remember you may find it's a little bit laggy, so give it a little bit of time just to render in all the graphics and such, so just bear that one in mind. You may want to just sort of save, reload, and then go back in type thing. In addition, obviously, they're doing a little update to precision farming to help boost your own overall experience with it. They fixed a few things, as you can see. And then in addition, they will also be doing a Plains and Prairies update as well to fix a few models, issues that's been arisen, and stuff like that. So yeah, contracts being one of the big things I think was. Incorrect contract vehicles or incompatible vehicles, something like that was one of the big ones I heard. But yeah, oh yeah, it's right there. There you go, that one right there. So yeah, so look out for that coming out tomorrow. Okay, let's close that. I don't need to worry about that. So that's that. So yeah, so quite a lot of information. Still too many questions. Will this stuff be able to be run on other maps? We'll see. But for now, guess what? I got work to do, so we are back obviously once again on PV County by Mr. Dajnet. So I did actually trade in my tractor and grabbed mine. It goes a little bit faster. I need to go down and grab my seeder because obviously one of the fields right here for some weird reason had a big patch of grass in it, so I've gone through and ploughed it, so I need to get that reseeded now, as well as getting these two fields either side of me planted if they're not already. Ah, yes, fun. And nice one! Dead Soul landing at 0.22. Nice! That's literally right on the edge. Can't you get any closer to the middle? But yeah, there we go. So that's pretty much everything covered from the weekend. I did notice, for those who are still playing FS25, GTX this morning has released the full level limiter mod finally. It will allow you to set your tippers and stuff to a particular capacity. So if you only want, like say, 10,000 litres of wheat to go to your chickens, you can actually set it to that amount, and then it'll only fill to that amount, which is quite nice. Now, I don't know if this is one of my seeders or if this is a base game. Let's have a look. Yes, multi-fruit, that's mine. Good. There we go. Hopefully I've got some seeds. Otherwise, we'll be back in just a minute. Oh, that's a good question. Come into here. The process station. Process station. Let's have a look at you. How much seeds do we have, if any? Okay, we've got a little bit in there. That's good. That will do. But yes. So regarding the lurk bait program competition that we've got running. So for those who have missed it, so fish away at your heart's content. The top 3 names will be put into a further draw at the end of the month, and whoever is drawn will be the winner of a 25 Steam gift card. Yay! So yes, hopefully this time Mr. Farmer Marks won't get it, and somebody like maybe Dead Soul will get it, or Hectate, or Mamadou, who knows. Yes, definitely well worth getting in there, because, yeah, if you're 3rd place, it's like, go for it. But I think at the minute it's between Farmer Marks, Dead Soul at the top, if I remember rightly. Actually, let's have a little look, because I know it was put there. Dead Soul, Farmer Marks, Tony Truck currently there. Okay, so it's right now. Obviously, that's anyone's game at the minute. So, yes. Well, actually, one thing I want to do is put a road back in here. I did it on my other save game, and it made life so much easier. Oh crap, that's the point. Did I have any solid fruit? I have no idea. I might be going back anyway. Righty, so let's see. Let's get this lined up better. Right there. So there is the seed. Actually, while we're here, Do these not have little pop-up menus anymore back then? Oh, I'm too used to them. Where the heck's the thing? Oh, there we go. Yeah, you got to walk into it. So yeah, I've got plenty of solid fertilizer in there. That's good. Good. Just need to work on getting some more seed over here at some point. Now, obviously, one thing to remember with this particular one back in 19, I cannot remember how it exactly worked, but I'm pretty sure the diesel goes in here, and then obviously the seed products go in that side, and fertilizer products go in that side. I'm pretty sure that's how it is. Possibly there as well, I don't know, but yeah. Give it a try regardless. But oh my goodness gracious me, how slow is this thing? Yeah, no seasons. Yeah, I just find with obviously the playthrough I'm doing, I'm not going to be here. Oh yeah, oh duh. There's displays right there. God. Yeah, because obviously I don't know how long I'm going to be on here. Because obviously I do have things in 22 to do. I got things in 25 to get back to as well. So it's not. I'm not going to be spending a lot of time here. It's more of a Q&A type thing for you guys to ask you questions about the maps and go from there. Try and get them answers. Obviously, last week got a lot of the questions that were being asked on Facebook and such done last week, so it's kind of cool. So this week is more like a chill play, and then maybe get those last minute questions answered during these live streams. But yeah, today, today, Wednesday and Friday, are obviously when I'm going to be here streaming this for definite. Next week, I'm still not quite sure what's happening there as yet, whether I'll be going over to Uncharted or staying here, because I do know that Mr. T. Miller was considering, no, there we go, going over to Uncharted and doing a playthrough over there. Obviously, he could always do a nice live stream over there as well. But yes, hey Rusty Dale, how you doing, buddy? By the way, and everybody else. But yeah, so hopefully everyone had a great weekend. I know I was kind of a bit out of it there for the minute. Just want to get through all that information. There's terrible. There's tons and tons of information, by the way. They were even showing off in one of the videos. Them actually doing like the texturing on some of the buildings for the new map there. It's crazy. Oh, just missed it. Hey, Mr. Vortex, how you doing, buddy? But yeah, over the weekend, it's not been too bad. Semi-relaxing, I suppose. Saturday, went out in the morning. My daughter is over the moon now. She now has her rats. As I mentioned about it on Friday briefly, that she wanted to get some rats, so we went out, got a cage, everything sorted out, went to the pet shop, and they refused to sell the rats because they considered the cage wrong for them. It's like, really? Mr. Coffee Man 101, how are you doing? Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. How was your stream? How are you getting on with PV County, buddy? And if you're not follow Mr. Coffee Man, make sure to click on the link, give him a follow, guys. And I'm going to give one to Mr. Rusty now, because I know he streams from now and again, so yeah, give him all a follow. Oh, we'll do Mr. Dombey here, because you never know. He might do one as well soon. And we'll do Mr. The Vink. There we go. I think I got everybody down. There we go. It was good. Glad to hear it. So, here we go. There we go. Cool. So yeah, so she's now happy. She has two 4-month-old rats now. So she is over the moon with that. We actually went to a different pet shop, and yeah, they were able to sort us out, which is quite nice. But yeah, this is the field I need to get sorted out. This was literally right about here. It might be nicer there because that's where the tires stop. But yeah, right about here was a weird patch of grass. I have no idea why. I'm not sure if it was me or if it was just the map itself. I have no idea. But we've got to get this going anyway. We've got to plant some wheats in here. Actually, now we're going to do some rye, I think. millet, hemp, coffee, cranberries, hops, lavender. Right, there he is. Just seen it. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, can you not tab back? Oh, dang it. No. No, that's not fair. Okay. Right, there. We'll get Mr. Hired Helper to do this and see how well he does. There we go. So, yeah, so currently I own 35, 36, 37. They have in them sugar beets. We have... Thank you very much for the deafening pipes there. Also, we've got millet going in the one... Oh, okay, so we're going to have 2 fields of millet right here, so that's good. They can go, obviously, into the flour factory once they're harvested. Let me see... These 2... Okay, so they are planted. Okay, that's good. So, don't have to worry about it. So, 44 was corn from the looks of that. Was that corn? Yeah. And then we have some more sugar beets. I'm pretty sure I bought these ones as they were, so it is what it is. But yeah, I ended up finishing off, collecting up the straw off of 11, sold it. I'm not going to keep it for the minute. 71 done and dusted. Got the bales picked up from Friday and sold that back. With that, I've also sold a couple of trailer loads of ore over the weekend, or actually this morning, and I've actually purchased Heartland bread. Now, the only problem is I cannot tab over to the point. Now with these are buildables. You're back on PV Rivers again? Oh mate, really? It is a good map though. But yeah. So the only thing is they don't actually display the amount you need. So obviously if we walk up to this here, the little whatever this thing is, it shows exactly what you need, but it doesn't show how much you need. Mr. The Vink, excuse me, I'm sorry. Oh, oh, yes. Wind, gas, not good for you. But the nice thing is, you kind of get a rough idea on how much is needed. So obviously we've got 36 pallets, so I'm going to say maybe 75,000 to 100. Probably on each, in all honesty. So yeah, it's going to be a long old way to get this built up. Ooh, that's funny, distance tax. Yeah, that side needs to be brought back out a bit. But yeah, this is something I would love to see in a future map. These power companies, it would be so cool. It really, really would. Now, one of the things I do want to do, I'm probably going to do it on Wednesday, actually. For the first half of the stream, I'm kind of thinking of loading up my old save game and showing off all of the factories built and up and running. Because there is some in the pack that don't really get mentioned often or even shown off that much. Things like Smuckers, the Chocolate Factory, stuff like that. So I'm thinking I might just load that one up, show it all off, and explain a few things, especially with the Smuckers factory. A few people have asked about that one, and yeah, trying to explain it is easy-ish when you're talking about it, but when you're trying to type everything out, it's a little bit more tricky. Which compost could go into the fert maker? Does it not? Does it not? Really? I have no. I honestly can't remember what the heck goes into this one over here. Visit you. Let's see. Actually, yeah. There, isn't it? So, to make... you need silt, manure, digestate, and slurry. Okay, yeah. Mind you, I think back in 19, compost got used a heck of a lot in like the greenhouses, in the orchards. Hence, probably why it wasn't ever added into there. Okay, actually, before I get any further, let me get this dude filled back up. Because at the minute I'm just doing a little bit of selling just to make a bit of money of materials. Now, this is one thing you can do, but don't go over the top, please, because once it's gone, it is gone. I know Green Thumb cleared out an entire mine yesterday of sand in a heartbeat because of a cheaty mod, but yes, I do like this Volvo. I do say this is obviously the L350H Volvo. This is in the pack. There we go. At some point I do need to go through that tunnel that we were blowing up the other day as well and get that lot picked up. And one thing as well is, for those who may or may not remember, is if a product drops below the map in 19, it will spawn back at the vehicle shop. So remember that. So for example, if you're blowing up a tunnel wall or one of the buildings that you can blow up and something during the process drops below the map, it will spawn the next time you reload your game back at the shop. I've got proof because I've actually got something. Was it a plank over there? So if I come over here, for example, so what is the? Did I blow up one? I can't remember if I blew up a building the other day. It's like one of those days. It really is. But yeah, I've got a plank now over here. Or a board I should say, is over here. But the nice thing with this could technically go into Cogent storage if you wanted to, and just build up from there, and be used in another factory if you really wanted to. But I'm kind of curious because I'm in an iron whether or not I did blow up a building. If so, where the heck is it? Because I can't remember. I really cannot remember. But that's one of the things I wanted to show off. So I'm not even sure where this has come from. Yeah, the Volvo is great. I love it. If the bucket was a little bit bigger, it would be quite nice capacity-wise. But that's an easy edit now. Yeah, I'm not quite even sure where the heck that one come from, to be honest. I know I purchased a bit of land over here, but I don't see any buildings gone up here. Now I'm going to turn this on just a sec. Let me turn on the player speed as well. Go up to 8x, and we've got to go up in the air like this and see if we spot a clear air. Now the other thing is, I'm pretty sure if you sold the land, it should stay demolished. So, but yeah. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 11 buildings all right here that can be blown up. What I might do is actually purchase one of them just to show this off properly during the stream. In addition to those, up by Duke Energy, right here, we have another building right there. We've got a building there, there, and 2 more right there. So all of them can be blown up. Obviously, like I said the other day, you have to find the right door to put the dynamite into. And that leads me to my next little something. So if I come into here, I haven't even done anything over here. So let's get trailer selected, get that dynamite secured. I'm going to see if we can try and get out of here. Might not be able to. Ah, dang it, nope. Super strength, let's see if we can turn that on as well. Also on already, okay. Just to move that around. Oh, let me turn that off actually, because flight mode is annoying. Off. There we go. And that player speed as well is a little bit too quick. Turn that off. There we go. There we go. The TLX 2020. Look at that. See, I had taste back in 19. Right then, let's see if we can get this out of here. We're just going to hammer it and try and get over. And what we'll do is we're going to try and purchase one of those buildings to blow up. Ah, dang it. Let me just drag it across all of them. There we go. Right then. Let's go blow up a building. Because obviously I've got my hired helpers doing their job at the minute, so I can take a bit of a moment, well, and go do some blowing up. It's good therapy as well. So, we're actually going to show off a little bit of the map while we're at it. So this is obviously the upper area of the central part of the map. Obviously, until you get any of the bridges built, this is probably where you're going to be limited to going. So, yeah. But there's plenty of mines to at least start cracking into. Like I said, you can sell some, but not go overboard, guys, okay? There is a few placeable areas as well around this area. So, for example, to my right, the other side of these trees here, there, I think it is. It's a lovely little placeable area. Is it there or down there? Let's have a look. And I know a lot of people. Yeah, so you've got this area right here. Oh heck, that you could come into and set up a nice little production area or put some animals. In addition, over here you also have this area as well that you can access once you own it as a little placeable area. Get a few productions in there, it's quite nice. And obviously you can access it straight from the road there, which is kind of cool. Obviously there's one road there, no, obviously we won't pass the other one. NBC Master Dad, how are you doing, buddy? How is Mr. NBC doing? I know Mr. NBC is taking some time out at the minute to move, but let me see, where is it? If you guys are not following Mr. NBC Master Dad, make sure to click on that link, give him a follow and catch him when he does come back to us. Great. You're not doing too bad, thanks. Not too bad, Mr. NBC, and thank you very much for that 43-month sub. You are absolutely amazing, you know that. Oh, actually, while I was thinking about it, oops. It helps to click off there. I'm going to give Mr. Dashnet one. I know he's probably out there lurking somewhere in the world of Discord. But if you guys are not following Mr. Dashnet, it's like, really? Get your butts over there. Give him a follow. Obviously, he is playing 7 Days to Die, as well as Mr. NBC. But get over there, show him some support, guys. Yes. If it wasn't for him, a lot of us wouldn't be here today, that's for sure. There we go. And obviously, if it wasn't for his maps, I don't know what I'd be doing. I definitely wouldn't be playing Farms with me anymore. I'd be stuck in probably another game, I don't know. I'd have a real life, I don't know. The boats are also great. Only takes a long time to. Yeah, that's another thing as well. Yeah, if in the early game, until you get some of the bridges built, obviously there is a ferry and the barge and stuff that you can use to access the other areas of the map. However, they are a little bit slow. The main area to load your vehicles onto, like the barge, for example, is by the vehicle shop. There's an actual little ramp that goes down to the water side there. Actually, the worst thing is I haven't got the barge anymore, but yeah, it's easy enough to do. But yeah, let's come over here, let's find one of these. Oh crap, I need to learn to brake before I get to the junction itself. Oh man. Actually, I don't know, have his A2 Studios brought this out yet for 25? Because this is probably the only thing I'd probably end up adding in of theirs currently. So let's see. Let's go for one of these ones around the front here, because they're probably going to be easier to figure out. So we've got a little bit of money there. So let's come into here. And where am I there? So I am right here. So let's go into here. So we have plot 72. Obviously, it comes with the field. And 1, 2, 3. I'd say about 4 buildings right there. We're going to buy that. Ah, dang it. Can I get any more of a loan out? No. Bugger. Let's see if we can find a plot of land that I can afford. 1.3. Oh, I can buy that one. Okay. We're going to sell it afterwards. Don't worry. Yes, you do need to build the bridges as quickly as possible, really, in my opinion. Right, so once you own a little bit of land with one of these buildings on, obviously you're going to need some dynamite or explosives, hence why I brought this trailer over. And what you're going to need to do is, if I can get one of these out, there we go, is basically go up to each doorway. Actually, I think have I got player speed on there still? No. I'm going to drop that right down to 1 because there we go. Seems a little bit too quick still. That's better. Ready. So what you want to do is come up to each of the doors, and one of these doors will have a trigger that will accept this dynamite. Okay, so it's not going to be that one. Right there at the front. Okay, so there you go. That was very quick. Obviously, I do have it on 5 times speed, so it went pretty quickly. But obviously, once it explodes like that, you will then get all this extra product ready to be used in another factory if you wanted to. Or you can put it in storage. So obviously, you've got boards right there. You have blocks. You have steel. You've got glass in here. There's it as well as there you got things like sand and gravel, gypsum that you can pick up with a wheel loader and chuck it into a silo or another production. So each of these buildings, this one here, all these down here, they can be blown up. Obviously, remember the bank, however, cannot be blown up, which is down here. And what's it? Starbucks right there. So there's a couple of ones along here that you cannot build up, but those bigger buildings can be blown up in the exact same way. You just got to find that right door to be able to blow them up. So there is one, and obviously one of the things is, like I said, is if you do blow up one of these buildings and a product goes below the map, the next time you load up, the game will automatically send that item to the store. Let's see if we can get that other building over there. But yeah, you literally just have to go up to a door and figure out which one it is. Now, if you got Easy Dev Tool, it might be easier, but if you know which door you're going to, well, that went really quickly. Also, if you've got a heart problem, you may want to be very careful. You might want to turn the sound off when you're doing this as well, because that is very loud. But there's 2. We'll do that other one because obviously we do on the land here. Hey, Farmer Marks, how you doing, buddy? And yes, blow up the bank. Not Farmer. Did I say Farmer Marks? Farming Trucker, sorry. Dang it! I keep getting you guys all mixed up. But yeah, if you guys don't follow Mr. Farming Trucker, make sure to click on the link, give him a follow. Obviously, he does 7 Days to Die, he's doing Farming Simulator, he does Fishing Planet, so definitely go over and check him out. He's doing a lot of 7 days, like a lot of people at the minute, in all honesty. Obviously, like I said the other day, I'm in there as well. As soon as I stop streaming, I'm pretty much over there. I've been upgrading my horde base a little bit. I've now got some dart traps in there and stuff, so there we go. 1, 2, I think it's about 7 seconds usually, or something like that. I think it was. Maybe not. But if you find it's taking a little bit longer, just up it to maybe 5 times speed. Give it a sec, and boom! There we go. this is one thing a lot of people want, is the explosives. Now, one of the additional things that you can get from these buildings, in addition to all this mining material and such, and the products, are safes. So you'll also get these gold safes coming out of them. Obviously, 5,000 litres of gold. Now, if you do find one of these, what you want to do is take that to the bank, because that is a fair bit of money right there. I was hoping one would give out to show it off. It's kind of cool. In addition, if you own Fort Knox, which is located right here, if you own this plot of water, you'll obviously own Fort Knox. You can actually store gold there. That's another thing as well. A few people mentioned, is there any way of storing the gold jars and stuff? Yeah, Fort Knox, right there. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, it's kind of cool. So let's see if we can pick this thing up. We're going to sell it off and see how much we can get for this thing. Now the nice thing is that there is a bank just down the road here, so we should be good to go. Now obviously with these different trailers, with obviously using the the easy autoload, there is different settings to be able to pick these up individually as well. So if you've got this trailer, for example, you'll be able to pick up the little blocks there, the bits of glass, the steel, stuff like that. Obviously, you may need to get a bigger trailer for the boards, but you should be good to go for the most part with the smaller one there when picking products up. And there we go. We'll shove that in there. Oh, it's quite heavy actually. Dang. There we go, and we'll go sell that off. Cool, that's a bit of a weight in there. But yes, I could pay some of that loan off. My 3 million. But yeah, all of these buildings either side. Oh, McDonald's. We do have a McDonald's. It was one thing that came up in the stream. I think it was Team Miller's stream. I do not remember this. I really don't remember this, and to be honest, I'm not surprised because it looked crap. We need a better McDonald's restaurant, in my opinion. But right up here we do have gold. We'll just drive into the trigger just there, and for that one is 209,254 just for that one safe. So it's definitely well worth trying to find those safes, because it's another good way of making money. In addition, getting the gold masters up and running. So yeah, do it. So I've got one down by the main farm actually. We'll come back to that later, sort that out. But yeah, I've got down a gold master by the pond by Johnson's farm, which is already up and running. Actually, I could go over and see what it is there, but obviously one of the things you want to do is keep an eye on prices as well. Obviously, if you think it's going to be a good month, yeah, get it sold. Obviously, keep an eye out for those great demands as well. That's another good thing as well. But yeah, so that is obviously blowing up your buildings, so it's literally that simple. Obviously, the hardest part is actually going through and picking up all those pieces afterwards. It really is. Now, actually, there's something I was going to have a little look at. So, prices here. There's no way of actually seeing the fluctuations, which is annoying. I don't think. Yeah, no. Yeah, so you kind of guess. Obviously, at the minute. So, for example, I'm currently doing some ore. The price is obviously going down. So I could always switch over to doing some stone, doing some copper. I can't do copper at the minute. I could, depending on what I own, I could look into changing the mine out. But yeah, most of these are actually going down. It's terrible. Not good. But yes, it's fun, isn't it? It's great fun in this map. Lots of features that can, obviously you got tunnel walls that can be blown up. You got buildings that can be blown up. Obviously, you got your factories that can be built. You have bridges that can be built. Everything that is actually currently in 25 is there or coming. It's already here. It's on this map. It's like really, guys, why don't you come back to 19? Or even go over to 22. Okay, we don't have the explosives in 22 or 25. Obviously, they were kind of replaced with the rock breaking, but it's still a great way of clearing tunnels and stuff. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, indeed. Oh, there's a lovely sand mine, by the way. If you want to make a bit of money, that would be a great one. Run a truck from there down to, like, Fitzgerald or one of the other ports, and you can make a fair bit of money right there. I know some people have got the old Frazee Bunker Buster silo thing, whatever it is. I'm not sure if I've actually got it in this save. I might do. But that is a great way of clearing a mine in little time. There we go. But yeah, for the most part, most of mine are using the Volvos there and a trailer. But yeah, we're just going to take this along. Actually, I don't know. I cleared the tunnel I wanted. I might as well just take this back to the farm for the minute. But yeah, I've got one, I've got two, I've got three. Yeah, three Volvos in different mines. Yeah, we'll come up here actually, because this is the back way in. But yeah, it's kind of crazy seeing the Billy, the map, where it's not got anything built and stuff. It's kind of cool. It really is. But yeah, like I said, probably what I'll do is a little playthrough, as it were, or run through of all the factories on Wednesday stream, covering hopefully everything that's in the map. Yes. And also, one thing as well, if you need, if you are going to play the map and you want X-Man's auto drive routes, I do have them if you need them. Just gotta give me a shout and I will put them out again. I'll have a look, see what else I have from 19 on my Google Drive. I've got a folder on my Google Drive I noticed the other day saying FS19. There's a whole load of stuff in there. I have no idea what the heck they are. Oh, that's the problem. I got them off of the PV Tools website. Whoa, look at that. Before it was shut down, so I might even have a thing like the garbage truck if it's not in the pack. We'll see. Yep, that's where I wanted to go. Oh well, we'll come this way instead. Well, there we go. Oh yeah, I still own 31 as well. I need to sell that one. I was doing some obviously field flipping last week, so yeah. Billy, can you help you out? Yeah, what's up there, Mr. Coffee Man? Oh, it looks like my dude's done there, so that's good. We'll get him up and run on the next field. That's one thing as well. Yeah, I don't know if anybody else has done this. When you've gone back to like 19, for example, you know how you get into a routine with 22 and 25 where you have to plant and roll and do certain things. When I came back here, I was looking thinking, where the heck's the rollers for doing the fields? There's no rollers. Where the heck are they? Were they like mods or something? But yeah, and then it dawned on me that yeah, they didn't actually do field rolling in 19. It's kind of crazy. So yeah. Oh, that's a point. Drywall. How much drywall have I got over here? That's glue. I got one pallet there. Wow, holy heck, he actually reversed into there. Really? I used auto drive to come back to the National Gypsum drywall pickup area, and it literally reversed into here. That's crazy. Okay, that's good to know. But I do need to get more glue into here. Okay. I need to sort that out as soon as possible. Let me leave that there a sec. I need glue because I need drywall for that factory there. Heartland bread, don't I? And I'm probably going to need a lot of it, and I don't know if I've got much in storage, so let me park that there for a second. Oh, hello kitty cat. And I'm pretty sure I... Oh, did I bring it back? I can't remember. Oh, fudge monkeys. Nope, I didn't. Okay. I'm gonna have to spawn the big containers out. I was hoping to get the liquid tanker to take the glue out, but yeah, that's still down at... Oh, where the heck was that? Oh yeah, the flower place. Sent you a DM, Billy. Okay, what are you looking for there, Mr. Coffee Man? Ooh, what's wrong with your McDonald's? That looks weird. Oh, okay. Um, yeah, the textures on that look a little bit weird. But that actually looks better, to be honest. Oh, okay. Yeah, the only thing I'd say, Farmer Marks, is the roof texture on that looks a little bit too stretched. It looks almost like it needs to be shrunk down. I don't know if Mr. Green Thumb would be able to help you with that. Do I have the milling machine available right now? FS19 stuff? Oh. What have we actually got in here? We've got the Mac Terra Pro. What the heck is that anyway? Is that the garbage truck? Mac. I don't see it. Truck. No, that's the international. Yeah, not sure what that one is. My name. Okay. Give me a sec there, guys. Let me just find my edited one. Phrasey. If I have it in here. Phrasey Bunker 1. There it is. I haven't got a clue where the heck that would be in here. Tools. Miscellaneous, maybe? Yeah, this thing. Yeah, so I actually edited it a little bit. And looking at it, it's a little bit wider than what Green Thumb Farmer was using yesterday as well. And the capacity is a decent capacity. I used that solely in the desert to clear the whole desert. But yes. An interview to another stuff. Oh, well, yeah, definitely good luck there, Mr. T. Miller. Fingers crossed for you. Let us know how you get on with the manager's position interview. Cool. Sorry, I was a little bit distracted getting this phrasey up for Mr. Coffee Man. Copy that. Done. And I'm going to share this in chat for anybody who wants to grab it. Make sure that link is active. Yes, it is. There we go. Yeah, obviously when I originally downloaded this, literally the pickup was just as big as the header there. And I was able to take it out a bit with a bit of editing in the XML. And obviously change the capacity so it holds a fair bit, and obviously do have the colours there. But the textures are very weird, I noticed. I might let at least one of these. It's only 5,000, so that'll clear a few mines for sure. I'm not sure if it's the same as what Mr. Farmer Marks has, but yes. It's definitely worth it. Epoxy and glue. Right then, let's see what we've got in here glue-wise. Full, we're going to maximise that. Okay. But yeah, that has a lot of better capacity as well than, what was it, 5.4 billion or whatever it was? Yes. Oh, that's a point. We need to change that to containers. Right there. And the nice thing is there is no collision, so we can do this. That's even better. But there's no distribution in this game, so even better. Right, let's see if I can get this to unload. Probably not, because I always have issues with this particular thing, because there's a pallet right there. But yeah, I'm kind of thinking, if we do any more updates to the factories, I might look into adding this little ramp back in. Obviously, I don't know if it was me that removed it or Dave for Uncharted, but yeah, I want to get this added back in and see if I can get it up and we're running again. I like that. There we go. You're very welcome, Coffee Man. Like I said, just gotta ask, and if I can help you out, I will try. And why are you right there for? I also got to look into the capacities, because I noticed back in 2019, the capacities for the pallets were different. So I might be able to do some pallet tweaks for some of the stuff as well. Like drywall, for example, right here is 2,000 litres. I'm sure ours now are 1,000. But yes, there we go. That is fine for the moment. But yeah, I think that'd be kind of cool having that back. Actually, at some point, one thing, obviously, this was kind of brought up the other day during T Miller's stream, is regarding trash. Can you bring those containers? Maybe. I tried doing it in 22, but the issue I had is the containers themselves were overriding the other pallet capacities, which is the issue. Hey, Dead Soul, by the way, over on YouTube. Yes, I am still streaming over on YouTube as well, if you guys weren't aware. But yeah, I've kind of got a few ideas that might get them to come in, as well as having the lower capacity pallets. It's going to be a lot of work, a lot of testing and stuff like that. So we'll have to wait and see. I'm not going to say yes for sure and no for not. So yeah, it wouldn't work in F20 because the pallets itself is a separate. Yeah, but I do have a few ideas. I have a few ideas to see if I can figure something out. I'm sure I was very close with the one in 22. Until I try it, I will see. And obviously coming back to here and seeing them again is kind of giving me that a few thoughts as well on how to possibly do them. If we can, you never know, Mr. Green Thumb might be able to get his little trailer to work as well. Right then, so I'm just kind of wandering around. I don't need that open. We'll see. Right then. Let's get this dude back up and running. Actually, no, he is now done. What I can do is sell that. It's the only problem. I get ideas. I never know if they're going to work until I try it. So, yeah, I'm not going to say too much, but we'll see. Is all I can say. But you're very welcome there, Mr. Coffee Man. You're very, very welcome. Yeah. Yeah, because you like pallets and stuff wouldn't load in with day or something, which is weird. But yeah, I've kind of got an idea for the containers where they spawn out as a container. in the same way they do here. So we'll see. We will see. I know that was a lot of global company stuff, but I'm sure I've seen a way of doing it with something else. And I can't think of what the heck it was now. But yeah, I'm determined to try and get them into the game again. That's all I can say. Because I would love to have those little storages back. Yeah, so these things, where are they? These guys right here. All of these. The cold storage, the soups and beverage, the construction, the dry storage, all of these. I would love to have all these back exactly how they were back in 19. So we've got barrel logistics, so that's one thing. But if you don't want to go for that big, humongous beast of a place, having some of these would be kind of nice. Hey, Farmer Marks, by the way. Also, we've had the produce storage in 22, and so that's there. It's not been brought over to 25 as yet, so I might play around with that. We'll see. Because also we do have the orchards over there at the minute, or even like a construction one. Yeah, I'll have to have a look. I'm determined to get at least try and get them to work again. That's all I can say with the containers on the output. But yes, we shall see if I can get it to work and not bugger up the base game or the lower capacity versions, should we say? Oh, that's another thing as well. For those playing, so you know when you come into here and you want to play something down, I'm just going to use this as an example, and you find that you're like halfway across the map. One little thing I will say to get you back to your position, if you hit the space bar, you'll automatically teleport to where you are. It makes life so much easier trying to go across like this all the way across the map. Just hit that space bar and it'll bring you straight to where you are in 19. So that you could actually then put what your placeable down. It's, yeah. A lot of people have forgotten about that. Including me at times, but every now and again it just pops in there. And I can't remember how to change. Is it C? There's that. X. That's what I want. And then tab, isn't it? I noticed this a little while ago. It's kind of crazy actually. There's this spot right here, almost lines up exactly with that field where it had that little grass patch. It's really strange. But let's tab through, find the grass. I think we might have gone past it. Oh no, it's that one right there. There we go. There. That's better. But yes, there's that. So my fields are ready to rock and roll. So don't need to worry about any of them for the minute. Just out of interest, let's just visit them, see if they need anything. So that needs fertilizer. You can do it, Billy. You never know. I might be able to. Got millet. That needs a fertilizer. Okay. So I'm guessing most of this is going to need to be fertilized. So let me grab my doots fast, excuse me. And we'll get going. Lurk bait is not working. Oh, isn't it? Okay, let me close that and I'll do a refresh on that. Store. Lurk bait. Play. There we go. Oh, for anybody who actually uses lurk bait, obviously a moment ago they had that little message on there. Obviously there is a little X, a little cross to get rid of that message on the right hand side there. If you click on that, it'll clear that message. I know a couple of streamers out there who are using lurk bait. Keep that message up. It's kind of annoying, really, but yeah, just to let you know, if you click on that X, it will get rid of it. And there we go. Right then, so Mr. Dutesfire, you're mine. And we'll go do some spraying for the moment. But yeah, the lighting in here is weird. It's getting on in the evening, and it's yeah, not quite right. It's weird. That's all I can say. Right then. Right, so there. Go into here. So auto with liquid first sprayer. Oh, there we go. And bring that across a bit. Oh, behave. Here we go. I got a feeling that this field is probably going to be okay because it had a crop on it before. And looking at that, it's not actually changing. Actually, while that's on there, I can just keep it going straight. Let's have a look. 1, 2. Fertilizer, fertilizer, fertilizer. There. So yeah, I'm looking at this 3 here and these 3 here. So yeah, that feels fine. It's just these 1, 2, 3. These are the 5 that need to be addressed. But yeah, at some point I do want to. Oh, I've got 57 as well. What the heck's on 57? Now this is another thing as well with 19, and I'm pretty sure it's the same now actually. If a sell point has a great demand, make sure to look for it because it might be worth getting the products there. Especially 19 because it's usually mining materials or something similar. Let's see. 57. Okay, so it's not quite ready, but it is some barley. Okay. Good to know. Now I'm kind of looking at that. It doesn't look like it's actually changing the soil, but let's see if it's changing the fert level. Or fert state, I should say. No. Why not? I might have to wait till it's grown a bit more. It doesn't seem to be doing nothing at the minute. It's spreading some, but it doesn't seem to be doing jack. Okay, no worries. Not to worry. Right then. So the only other thing really is to work on bridges and Heartland bread. I've got a feeling I'm gonna have to wait a fair while for most of the Heartland bread stuff. In all honesty. Hey, Sim Game Mac, how you doing, buddy? Hey, Billy. So we get rocks from the tunnels? Yes, you do. You get the rocks from the tunnel. Obviously, those rocks can be put into Stone Crusher to make your limestone, calcium carbonate, gypsum, and not gypsum, but all that sort of stuff. Yep. Actually, that I could go up and pick some of that up, to be honest. That's an idea. I've got the truck and trailers right there. There. But yeah, how is Mr. Matt doing with his 7 Days to Die? I know you're playing that a lot. Hey, Unforgiven Gaming, how you doing, buddy, as well? Welcome in. You wish it was... Yeah, actually, I think a lot of people wish it was converted over to 25, but... Yeah, I don't know, we'll see. I'm not going to say yes it is and no it's not, because you never know. The reason, actually, one of the big reasons for doing some of these streams, and I actually mentioned it the other day, is like, I want to try and see if we can get Mr. Dajnet back into Farming Simulator. And obviously this is one of the maps a lot of people loved. I'm one of them, on all honesty. I think this is the best map he's done. Really, not just for 19, but Farming Simulator in general. I think this is an awesome map. There's so many things in here that just blow your mind. It really, really does. So I think, yeah, I'd love to get him back into farming, back into map making. Obviously, one thing he did state, if anybody was lurking in Farming Truckers stream yesterday, obviously I mentioned about trying to get him back into Farming Simulator 19. He said that if he was to come back to 19, which he never does, but if he did, he would make a new map. So there's still some hope out there that Mr. Dave will come back to Farm Sim and create a new map. What version that is going to be the big question. Will it be for 19? Will it be for 22? Will it be for 25? Who the heck knows? But yeah, obviously one of the big things as well is what tools he'll be able to have at his disposal to be able to do some of those fancy things. Obviously I'll be there to help him out if he needs it, as well as the other SGA members, so he's not alone, that's for sure. There we go. So yeah, so this little cargo bull trailer that's on the back here, this is another one that's in the pack. This is actually set up to auto load those rocks. Now one thing you can do is you can get a wheel loader and a auto load bucket, which is also in the pack by the way, and tip into it. In addition, at the back here, there is a secondary trigger there where you can actually load the rocks into from tunnels. Yeah, that is the $20 million question indeed. It got you hooked? Yeah. Unforgiven Gaming over on YouTube? Yeah. It got me hooked on back into playing Farm Sim, first of all. That was a big thing, because at that, before I came over to play this map, I had literally given up on playing Farm Sim because of certain individuals that I had been in contact with. They literally messed my entire life up because of them. Not my entire life, but they screwed me over a lot, let's put it that way. Now the only problem is, there we go. But yeah, if it wasn't for this map, Mr. Dave, yeah, like I said, I would not be playing Farming Simulator, let alone being able to mod for the game as well, in the capacity that I do now. There we go. Okay, most of the stuff is very simple in all honesty. Once you've done it once or twice, it's pretty simple and straightforward, but it's that learning curve. And unfortunately I do have a thing that I like to learn as much as I can. And what I don't know, I try and figure out. It's just getting... to be honest, right now, the biggest problem is time. To do things, it's just a lot complicated at the minute in my real life. Obviously my wife, my daughter, obviously she's going to be going off to college soon. It's like crazy. Oh cripes. And yes, I cannot reverse up here very easily, but I'm trying my best, guys. I'm trying my best. Come on, back up, back up, back up. Now, as we've got a rock right there, let me come into here. Obviously, first things first, you need to make sure it is set to stone. Once it's set to stone, turn it on. Now, I can show this, that's a little bit better. I don't tend to work at night, but I'm going to have to for the minute. Now, like I was saying, with these little stones that spawn in the tunnels, you can actually pick them up and chuck them. Oops. Okay, it went in itself. But you can chuck it in the top here or in the back panel here. Either one will take the stones in. So it makes the life that little bit easier. So, bonk, right there we go. So if I come over here now, it now shows that I've got 2 out of 75 rocks loaded. There we go. And if you're really clever and really good at backing up, and I'm not, what you might be able to even do is just literally back up, keep backing up, and they'll load straight in just like those last 2 went in. But yes. But yeah, this is the fun part. But yeah, in the store, I can never remember where they would be. Is it that one? Nope. Telehandler, wheel loader stuff, is it? Okay, we've got that one. It's not that one. It's coming to here. Okay, so under the vehicles and mining equipment, first things first, I would get rid of them, in my opinion. Both of those are horrible. They're evil, in my opinion. That thing's not bad, actually. If you like driving these big tipper trucks, yeah, they're kind of fun. That is a lovely trailer. That's another one I would love to maybe see brought over to 25 one day. Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, also you got your Schmidt car. Yeah, so here, right there. So you got 1, you have 2. Both of these 2 will auto-load those rocks into them. Now, one thing to remember, there is a second of this Volvo one that will pick up any products like a normal wheel loader bucket. So you've got one normal one and then you got an auto one. So make sure you don't get them mixed up, otherwise you'll be get a little bit funky doodly dandy. And I would always recommend going with this Volvo right here. This is great, this little thing. This is the one that I've currently got. I've got 4 of them around the map. Look at that, 4 of them. And yeah, with 4 of those buckets. I do have one of those buckets by the mine, the entrance there. But yeah, this here is kind of nice. A little. Now, I can't remember if Mr. Dave's actually tweaked it or anything, but I know when I originally played with this, it became very bouncy on the back, should we say? And right on the pivot point here, it became very sort of horrible, so it didn't last long on my save game. But yeah, this is a nice little Volvo there as well. That hooks up to the trailer that I aforementioned right there. So yeah, there's some nice stuff in the pack. It'd be nice if some of it was brought over. There we go, but obviously they're not really... Actually, it's more of a thing for, I suppose, FS Miner to do, because obviously they're his mods that were allowed to be used on here. There we go. See, now if you're good at backing up, and you can do this properly, what you could always do is get a tractor with the Frazee, that bunker buster thing, and you can pick up all this material as you're going. And I don't know if it's just me, but does super strength seem to be very short compared to 22 and 25. You could literally stand back here and pick up the pallet and stuff. There we go. There's that. But yeah, this is what we're going to do, at least for the little while. Get this tunnel cleared if we can. There. But yeah, on my original playthrough, I actually had that Volvo Autoload bucket doing all this. Oh man, that was fun going back and forth, back and forth. Oh. Thinking about it now, it's like, am I crazy at doing that? But I know a lot of people did it that way. There we go. Just try to get some of this out of the way. Yeah, what I might do is actually grab a new tractor with that little bunker buster, as I like to call it, the Frazee. What have we got wise? Probably something large. Also, it's got one thing to remember as well. It's got to have a front 3-point. I'm kind of thinking the JCB right now. Yeah, why not? I'm gonna grab you, and where was it? Miscellaneous, wasn't it? This guy right here. And we're gonna make that JCB color. Looks a bit weird, but we'll buy that. But yeah, I've got all the TLX stuff there. Look at that, it's kind of nice. I can clear some of that up as we're going. Right. Actually, yeah, the textures look. Oh my goodness, that's horrible. Actually, as I own it, I might just reconfigure that actually to black or something else, because that really does not look very nice. Sort it. Let's just drive. We'll get it sorted out another one. You love it? Good. Yeah, I mainly use that for the desert to clear all of the nodes over there. It made life so much easier, it really did. I'm going to take a little bit of a detour over here, just to see how Crystal Steel's doing. Da, 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 da. Does this thing have a display? It does, doesn't it? Okay, I need to get some water over here. And some calcium, okay. Good. Ah, okay, so it did have it in here. Need to figure out where that piece went. And more to the point, how do you open and close it? Da, 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 da. I thought there was a switch for it. I know that one's for the pusher. I don't know what it is, but I got it in my mind that that bit right there came right down to right to the top of here, and I thought there was a switch to activate it, so you could literally close the whole thing off. But I can't see one at the minute. Might be elsewhere. I don't know. I'll have to have a close look at that one and get that. See if we can get that added back in. But yeah, obviously I converted the one from, I'm pretty sure it was Uncharted map, and I don't believe that was brought over there. Why are you all switching to FS19? Hey, Grinwalls. A bit of a break really from 25, to be honest. For me personally, it was more to help answer some of those questions that people had and have been having for some time over on Facebook and in Discord and such about the map and how to do certain things. So I thought, well, why not get them answered during several streams? So yeah, so this month I'm going to be playing obviously PV County, possibly Uncharted. I'm still up in the air about Uncharted because okay, it's a nice map, but it's a lot of work in my opinion. I might leave it for T Miller to do that one, in all honesty, because I know that is the map that he loved. And hi, Eyes Lurkin, how you doing, buddy? I did see your name pop up earlier. Welcome back in. But yeah, it was mainly to help get some of those questions answered, really. But yeah, I'm going to be obviously possibly next week and the week after going over to Uncharted. I haven't quite decided yet. I might be staying here, who knows. For 19. Then the following couple of weeks I will be going back to PV Rivers, not Rivers, PV Canyon Crossing, sorry, my bad. To carry on with a little bit of a playthrough over there to show the map. And hopefully end up back on Rivers by the end of August. We'll see. Uncharted encounter here. Yeah, I will say the FS19 Uncharted was pretty good. Uh, the problem is I at times get mind blank on being creative. I kind of like having a basis to work on. So, for example, this map has the basis. I could go in, I can edit like the field sizes by ploughing them together, this, that, and the other. I don't have to think too much, to be honest. Compared to where with Uncharted, obviously you've got to go through, you've got to clear tons and tons and tons of trees just to get a decent sized field. And then obviously you've got to figure out landscaping, how you want it to be set up, where you want your productions to be, this, that, and the other. And it's, oof. But one of the big things with Uncharted that is really nice is the rocky fields. That is very, very cool, where you could plough up a field or cultivate a field, and obviously you get things like your rocks, gemstones, materials, license plates, bottles, a whole variety of different things in all honesty. Some that can be collectibles, other stuff that can be used in like your steel mill or your concrete factory, stuff like that. So that is a very, very cool addition that Uncharted had that all the other maps didn't. Obviously then FS22 came out, we've got Rocks in the Fields, which is kind of similar, but not quite the same. Right, I need that one, there we go. And we're going to go in cab for this little view. So we'll drop that down, we're going to try and pick this up. Now, one thing is, well, obviously where these tunnels walls go, sometimes the material actually gets spawned outside of the tunnel wall itself. So using this is so much easier, I tell you. It does make it a lot easier. Here we go, that's a little better. What I should do, thinking about it, is up that time. We'll take it to the next day. There we go, there we go, there we go. Going to just zoom through the time. And hopefully when it becomes a little bit lighter, might be able to see more in the tunnel. There we go. Oh, that's so much better. I can turn the lights out and we can go... Oh look! I'm outside the tunnels. Oops. There we go. Let's try and sneak down the side of here. Now one thing with that Rocky Fields mod by Thunder for 19, bear this in mind. It shouldn't really be run on large maps like PV County, like this one. For the simple fact, back in 19, it was considered that it'd be too much stress on your system to load all those extra materials in. However, a certain somebody over the weekend said they might be doing an edit to the map to make it Rocky Fields ready. So yeah, I don't know if that will happen, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Whoa. Yeah, so for the minute, at least try and keep it on at least Uncharted map, because obviously it is fully set up properly over there. Well, there we go. But yeah, I've actually hooked up my wheel today and got that going, so hence the crappy reverse and the driving. There we go. But yeah, I'm sure back in 19, when it was brought out, Dave said not to use it on any other map apart from Uncharted, which is, yeah, understandable. There we go. And now he's kind of considering bringing it over here. I don't know, go figure. We'll see. But yeah, I wouldn't, because obviously we're adding in a lot of basically pallets onto the map. or objects onto the map at least, which could slow down your computer. 19 was not the greatest on people's systems. Anyway, there we go. What doing the PMS factory? So the PMS factory is for recycling products. Obviously, you can take the trash up to it and make things like oh, what was it, plastic and stuff like that. But yeah, obviously, if you haven't got any bridges built, obviously you're going to need to use the barge to get all the way up there. There we go. There we go, one in the top as well. Yeah, actually that's one thing I don't have yet, is the PMS building, and obviously that is all the way up the top here. So if we actually visit it, it's exactly the same as the 22 version. So obviously when you bring your trash up here, obviously around the back there's a sell point, so don't get it mixed up with the sell point. You want to come down here, and obviously you do have the trigger on the inside there to unload the trash into. From there it then gets turned into various materials and separated. Oh, I can't get into here. Cool. I don't know if I'll be able to see it. We'll see. Let's see. Obviously it does have displays you can add into it. Will it allow me to? No. Yeah, I've got it all in the building. But yeah, obviously it should do things. It'll break the individual trash into its own stuff. So it'll be paper, maybe some wood. I don't think it's wood in here actually. I think it's plastic, glass, and a few other things. I can't remember exactly which ones it came out of here. But with some of those products, you can actually take them from there, take them upstairs, I believe, if I remember rightly. Let's come up here a sec. Dang it, yeah, I'm pretty sure if you brought some of the stuff up here, load it into here, you could then turn it into packaging that you could then use in some of the factories as well, if I remember rightly. It's been a while, but I'm pretty sure that's what it does. But yeah, make sure you go, if you are bringing trash up here, take it to that lower section, and any pallets and stuff that do spawn out goes up above. Or you can actually use them in any of your factories as well if you needed them. But it's kind of like a stepping stone from not having anything to the point of where you've got the actual factories up and running that produce like the glass, for example. There we go. And plastic and all that. Obviously the main factories for glass is obviously going to be the Corning glass factory, which is in the east of the map. If you weren't aware, so you've got the glass factory over here. The actual building's been repurposed for 22 and 25. Obviously I've used that for the PV oils factory, if you weren't aware. Obviously Boomhauer also used that for his tobacco factory. Things like plastic on this map can be made in the Shell refinery down here. Obviously you're going to need crude oil for that, so that's more of a late game thing, and obviously you need to be into the desert for that. Also have Dell Electronics up and running, Copper by Design, the drill factory and other things at that point. So yeah, great fun. I'm sure there was like one of the metals was in there as well. Oops. But it's been a fair old while. I could probably answer it better on Wednesday when I'm on my other save game. But yeah, because I literally own the entire map over there, and I have about 93 million from selling sand in the desert. Yes. Oh. Come here. Come here. There we go. that. Actually, what I could do is, what if I can just scoot some of these to the side for the minute? Might make it a little bit easier. Just get the tractor up here to clear some of this stuff. There we go. There we are, there we are, there we are. Come on, give me, there we are. But yeah, just so you are aware, what, like I was saying the other day, if you have like the barge, obviously down here by the vehicle shop, there is a dock that you can actually drive down onto to get onto the barge. From there, you can actually drive up on and around the map on over here. So all this little waterway, you can actually drive around there with the barge if you wanted to. So you could actually access places like the bogs up here, which is for your rice and your cranberries. There's a spot right there that you can unload. There's another area right here that you can dock at in the same way, and then drive up the hill here to get to PMS if you wanted to do it that way. So yeah, but you can go all the way around the map actually with the boats, which is quite nice on the outside. There we go. Ooh, flicker, flicker, flicker. There we are. Actually, I wonder if I can just push my way through all of these rocks. Oh yeah, I think that might work. Then I can come up with the trailer in just a sec. Once I'm out of the way, there we go. Perfect. Now, one thing as well, if you are going to use this one or anyone, until you get to, I think it's 5 or 10% capacity, if you hit another tip to ground material, so if I was to keep that turned on and come up here where this ore is, if I was to hit into that, I would lose what was ever in there, so be very, very careful with that capacity thing. With it being so high, it will override for definite. There we go. So just a word of warning before you start using it. And also with some of the mines as well that are around the map, with the bigger pickup there, they may go through the actual tunnel wall itself and pick up something in the next mine. Hence why I didn't really use it in the mines and only for really the desert. Actually, this tunnel isn't too bad because there's nothing really too close to clip into. But let's get this lot picked up and we can get this taken down quickly. There we go. Now, I'm trying to remember if there was anything on the side here. I can't remember. Oh, there is. Okay. There we go. So it looks like there's maybe one big huge box going all the way around it, so that makes life a little bit easier. With this thing. Actually, I tried converting this to 22. I got it actually in-game and everything, but I was having issues with collisions around the actual body itself. It's weird. Because that would have been quite nice to have back, but I ended up obviously going into the game, grabbing a different trailer, which is the same one we were using in 25, that big crampy trailer. Yes. Come on. Remember, I've got to keep an eye on the capacity as well. So I don't start chucking things in. What we got to 60. So we've got 15 more to go. Oh, what if I can just grab a load? I'm on my way back up here. Oh, there we go. It's a little bit of a cheeky way of doing it, but it works. There we go. So we are full, so let's go get this unloaded. Now, one thing as well with this trailer, you may or may not remember, but you can hook up a dolly to it and run multiples if you really, really wanted to. Oh, blimey. So yeah, you could, if you really wanted to, have 5, 6, 7 or 8 all in a row if you really wanted to. Just remember, you're going to need to have enough place to put it. Oh, yipes. Yes. There we go. We're getting there. We are getting there. Let's turn that off for a minute. Actually, I'm going to take a slight detour a sec. I wanted to see something. I don't think I actually own it yet. But one of the early game factories that if you're able to, I'd recommend getting up and running is the Aurora Textile Factory. It's actually located over here. It's not the first one, it's the second one along on the right here. So this is actually the Kellogg's factory to start off with. It's not that one, it's the next one along. The reason I suggest going for the textile factory, the Aurora Textiles, is because it allows you to produce sacks. And sacks can be put into some of your factories to put out containers. So this one right here, if you haven't got this built yet, this is one that I would recommend getting built as soon as possible as well. Obviously the concrete factory can take sacks. I'm about to think of the ones I've got right now. Obviously the flour factory can take sacks, but there's several others that take sacks as a product that allow you to output containers instead of those pallets. Makes life that a little bit easier when moving, that's for sure. But there's another building right there that can be blown up. So yes. God, it's definitely going to look a lot different on Wednesday, that's for sure. Because, yeah, I've got all these factories built and up and running. It's crazy. Like a lot of you guys, to be honest, really, who've been playing back this far back. There's some hops, I think, in there. Looking like it. But yeah, if you got any questions, yeah, to be honest, at least the first hour or so of Wednesday stream is probably going to be focused on going through all the factories when they're built to show you what they look like, what ones haven't yet made it over to either 22 or 25, and stuff like that. So yeah, so if you do have any questions about any of the factories, that's probably the best time to really start asking your questions, because I can literally show you there and then. And that is a really good score there, Farmer Marks, by the way. A 61-76. Nice, 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 nice. Now, actually, one of the things I would say as well, if you're just starting out on the map, obviously you've got this forestry area right here, which is great for starting off if you wanted to. In addition, let me stop this right here. So you have an area right here that's great for your factories, to, your sawmill and stuff to go down potentially. Also up the top here, there's also trees and stuff around here that you cut down if you wanted to. Same with over here, for example. There's a big forest right over here by that coal mine. So there's a lot of little areas. Have a little look around, is what I would say, and see what is best for you. But yeah, for me, for example, I have this area down here, oh, right there, above 48, for my sawmill, planks and all that. Wood factories, I suppose, best way to put it. But I also use this forest right here is the one I'm cutting down. It's hard to place there now. Terrain issues there. Really? Yeah, I don't know why. I'm pretty sure mine went down pretty easy. Oh, what I remember. If you go into the global company menu as well, if you just start out again, do Control G, go to this cogwheel, and activate Extended Placeable. Make sure that that is active. because that will allow you to place it down close to other collisions. So that could be what it is as well. I just suddenly thought of that as well, because that's one of the big things a lot of people keep saying is they can't place things down, they're getting a collision issue, this, that and the other. That's probably what it is. Yes, give that a try, Mr. Vortex, because, yeah. Obviously, I was able to put all this down quite easily over here. So, yeah. So, Control G for the Global Company menu. Then go to that final menu. And, yeah, you should be good to go. Right then. So, this is going to be the fun part. Let's see if I can reverse properly. I always forget about that. Come on, come on. Yep, I cannot do it with a freaking wheel. Keyboard and mouse is so much easier. Right. Now, obviously, if you are using this stone crusher, just remember you can unload inside as well. Right. Y. We'll climb back in. Y. Now, obviously, as these rocks are technically pallets, you may have to roll them around a little bit just to get them to unload. And heck. I can't get this one to go. Oh, okay, he went out the front of the truck, the trailer. Yes, I think that's what it is. There's some weird collision on this trailer, either or it's lacking a collision. I'm not quite sure, that I couldn't get to work properly. Now, obviously, you do have, like I said, that trigger right there. In addition, if you wanted to, you could bring these rocks over to this little bit right here. Drop them on the belt there. And press the little button there. And that will then take it up the conveyor into a crusher at the top here. And it'll just basically rotate it and rotate it and rotate it until that rock disappears right here. I'm guessing it's already up here, is it? Looks like it, it's already gone, so yeah. One thing to bear in mind, if you do have a lot of rocks, yeah, you might want to keep an eye on it, that it doesn't have any popping out in between the building and such. There we go. Because it will do that. I've had that a few times where I've had about 3 or 4 fallen down the back of it, and it's been a right pig to get them back out. There we go. Okay, so that's not bad. I've got, oh jeez, a fair bit. See, this is another building I would love to have maybe in 25 as a standalone crusher again. Have it set up to just have diesel and the rocks as an input again. But it's really, this is one thing I find a bit of a pain, is not being able to do the displays straight away. You have to have a mod currently to do it still. It's like, come on! I just want it to have a display. It's not a factory without the display. But yes. Anyway, guys, hopefully that's helped you out a little bit today. But yeah, let me know how you get on, Vortex, if that is the issue. Obviously, like I said, on at least the first hour or so of Wednesday stream, I will be going over to my other save game that has all of the factories built to show them all on the map in their full glory. For those who haven't seen some of them, I can obviously go in and show you how to work it. It's things like the Smuckers. It's a little bit tricky, but doable. But I am going to call it there, because I do have to unfortunately jump off and go do some of my real life stuff. I wish they would bring the stone trailer to 25. Did you mean that one? But we have our stone trailer already, Rusty Nail. It's a little bit like... Well, you got the half pipe and you got one very similar to this. Which, in my opinion, works a heck of a lot better. But yeah, I might have to have a look at it again. I'm pretty sure I've still got the file. I might have to have a second look at it and see if I can get it properly working. But no, not going to say exactly yes or no. But anyway, let's get over here. Let's see if we can find someone to raid out to today. I have no idea who is available. But let's bring up Twitch and see who's out there. Oh, dang it. So no SGA members. I see that Truckin' Jay's just gone live doing some Farming Simulator 25, I believe that is. It's just starting actually. Yes, it is. To be honest, it's slim pickings today. We've got Truckin' Jay who's just gone live. There's Gallo Biani Films, who's also doing some farming out there. Well, we've got Midwest Horizon 4X. That's a different map. I haven't seen that one before, don't think. Actually, we might go over to Gallo. It's been a while since we've raided to Gallo, so it's kind of cool. So, for you guys over on YouTube, unfortunately you can't join us over on Twitch when we raid over, so we're going to call it there for today. Obviously, like I said, I will be back on Wednesday, playing the same map, carrying on, obviously, with my other save game for a little while, to show off the factories and such, to show the map, and once everything is built, really. So, for you guys, catch you later. See you later, Mr. Farmer Marks over there as well.